Welcome back to Dagryffyn Hobby. My name's Dave. I had a really productive weekend. Doing what, you ask? Well, train room stuff. I've been talking a bit about the larger projects that I want to do, like some of the mountains, valleys, trestles, portions that reach down towards the floor. And while that's all good stuff, and I really do want to work on that, there are many more basic things that I need to get done first. I mean, I figure anything along that outside edge of the layout can really be done at a later point. It's the stuff behind that I need to get done first. I have not yet really assigned a permanent place to any building, but I had placed a station in between the two tracks over by the arch underbridge, and I thought, wow, that looks really good. So I took the step and made it mostly permanent. I can remove it and put the foam that was there back, and you really wouldn't be able to tell very easily that I'd done anything. I don't plan on taking the station away from there, but it's comforting knowing that I still have the piece of foam that I can stick back in there if I decide to move it. That was a pretty quick project, and one that was fun and easy to do. While I was working on that, I realized I had something I needed to do with that Lionel t-shirt that I had picked up a while back that I thought was an adult large, and it was a kid's. If you didn't see that video, that was a pretty funny picture of me putting that thing on. So that's been sitting here, and I realized I could reupholster my chair with it. Once those things were done, I looked around the room, trying to find something that needed to be done and that I had been putting off. And I realized the biggest thing was the upper loop. I removed a good amount of the track. I patched the spot against the wall that I had planned on putting a bridge. And then I cleaned and laid down track for the upper loop. It's not permanent yet. I like to put the track down, hold it in place with some short nails, and then run a train on it for a while to see if there are any changes I need to make before I make it permanent. The road bed is all down. It will just be a matter of testing the track and then removing any pieces that are not working well, and then gluing that track down and being done with it. I've babbled long enough. Let's take a look at the video and see what I got accomplished. As I've been looking at the middle section of the layout and this one back corner, trying to figure out where buildings would make sense for the shape of the space, I had been moving buildings around, and I had put one right here just to get it out of my way. It made me think of one of the comments I got at one point, something about, why don't you just stick a McDonald's between the two tracks or something? And I thought, you know what? I kind of need something between the two tracks. It's not a no man's land. It's a place visually, looking at the layout this direction, that could really use something. The building I had just placed down there to get it out of my way, I was moving things around, was this station that I had gotten from Nick at Nick's Crossing. And I thought, you know what? That really fits the space well. I could make it service both tracks, and it would kind of make sense there. And there's no reason not to put buildings there. It brings the city or town or whatever further out on the layout. There isn't any other spot on the layout that I could get a building between the two loops. I have a mountain and a tunnel in between two loops, but I don't have any place I can put buildings between two loops. This is the only spot. So I think I'm going to do that and see how it looks. There are two ways I could really go about doing it. I could just cut a big straight line through this whole section and pull off this whole piece of foam. I don't really want to do that. I want to keep the contours that are there, at least for now. And I was thinking, okay, so let's say I put the building here and then after a week I don't like it. Do I then have to recarve everything to make it fit? And I figured if I can, what I'm going to do is I'll trace the base on this piece, then overcut it maybe by an inch on each side, maybe more. And then I'll trace that shape here and then cut the piece out that corresponds with it and go from there. Let's see how it goes. I think I know where I want the station. It's not so close on either side that it would cause a clearance issue. I don't want to move it too far close to the stream. I want it to be a little bit further away. So I'm going to kind of right in this space here, I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put the basement here kind of where I want it. I'm going to use my triangle there. Try to get the line straight. But did I cut straight down? That's kind of the question here. See if I can get under the layer here. Now what I'm trying to do is to get under the 1.5 inch layer that's sitting on top of the base layer and just peel that off. And it's possible, I've done it before, but it depends how much adhesive I used in this particular space to secure this foam to the base layer. Also, there could be screws buried in here that I won't be aware of until I start trying to pull it up. And there certainly could be, because it's fighting me a bit here. Oh. Okay, getting there. There's definitely at least one, two screws. There we go. The screws really are just there to add some rigidity while I'm putting everything together. So at this point, they don't need to be there. I'll probably just pull them all out the bottom so that I can reuse this piece in that spot if I need to. Okay, so I need to do some trimming to make that fit. So I'll do that and see if it actually fits the way I want it to. Okay, so the base or the slab or the basement or whatever is in place. This black line that I drew here, that is roughly the height of the bottom of the stairs on my Lionel Pullman car. This height works out pretty well because on this side, the stairs are down here, but the base of the door is right about this level. And on the other side, you've got the stairs on the car, and then it's like a step or two down. So either one works fine for me. So it's actually kind of a really good height. I don't mind an excessive gap between the track and the platform. That's not going to bother me. It would bother me if the train hits it coming through. So I'm going to shorten this up by a bit and then figure out what the next step is after that. What I'm thinking for this exposed side, or whatever portion's exposed all the way around, is to do a thin styrene sheet with brick lines on it to make it kind of like a retaining wall all the way around. Now, if this were a scale layout, I'd be concerned that this was too far away from the track, but it's not. It's a toy train layout, so I don't really care what the clearance is as long as nothing hits it. I think what I'm going to do is carve a little bit of this section out and blend it down to here. All right, so that's blended in a little. I don't want to cut on it anymore. When I get around to figuring out the retaining wall, I'll worry about how it fits in here and how to blend it to the other piece. I'll have to run some more trains around it and see if I have any clearance issues. I love a good, quick project. I know there's an easier way. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Dagryffyn Hobby.